We are live on Facebook Live. So we're live on Instagram Live and Facebook Live. When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, "Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see." But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, "Your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now what can I say when I get home today? All the long way to school and all the way back, I've looked and I've kept careful track. But all that I've noticed, except on my own feet, was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street." Yes, welcome to Story Time. I am your storyteller, Qierre McGlory. And today we are going to be reading "And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street." I'm just kidding with you. But that is part of the topic of today's show. Hello, welcome to episode 9 of the Qierre Show. I'm your host, realtor and author of The Blueprint to Successfully Sell on Your Own, Qierre McGlory. Now, if you guys can see my tie, my bow tie here, so he has little characters on it. They're actually characters from Hello Teaser Big, how are you? Thank you guys for watching. Hello Yini, thank you guys for watching. It's characters from Dr. Seuss. See, my amazing, beautiful wife made this gorgeous bow tie, and you guys all know bow tie is Friday, so it's Bow Tie Fridays. So she made a Dr. Seuss theme. And tomorrow, March 2nd, is actually Dr. Seuss's birthday. So I thought I would talk about Dr. Seuss because as a kid, one of the things that I loved to do was read. You know, I was one of those kids that had to be reading. And one of the things I like to read were Dr. Seuss books. You know, like, for instance, "And to Think I Saw on Mulberry Street," "Cat in the Hat," "How the Grinch Stole Christmas," Lorax, Up, what was the other one? Oh, All the Places We'd Go. Those are just some of the books that we read. And I loved reading those books because it took you to a different place. As a kid, you read and all of a sudden your imagination starts to unwind, starts to go places. And now, my daughter, I read a lot of the Dr. Seuss books to her. So it's awesome to be able to, to see her interaction as I'm reading these books to her, and I can see, the smile on her face as well as show her the pictures and the rhymes and the nonsense words and all these things, So that's definitely something that I enjoy reading. And this is one of the books I actually read to her. It's called Six by Seuss. So it's like 6 books in one. You got "And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street." You have "The 500 Hats of Bartholomew Cubbins," "Horton Hatches the Egg," "Yertle the Turtle," "How the Grinch Stole Christmas," and "The Lorax." So it's all included in this book. We also have other Dr. Seuss books, but this one, I love it because it's all 6 in one. So it's pretty awesome. And Savannah likes "And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street." So she likes that book. That's one of her favorite stories. So what I want to share with you today is also, about Dr. Seuss, just to give you guys some information. Also talk about Reading Across America, which is an event that goes on around the world on March 2nd. Barnes & Noble, Target, and other stores actually take the opportunity to actually read Dr. Seuss books. And if you want to look for the event, you can actually go to barnesandnoble.com, enter in your location, and it'll actually have a date and time. So it's going to be tomorrow, obviously. And it looks like most of the time start at 11. So if you want to go and hear some Dr. Seuss, you definitely have the opportunity to do that. So like I said, today we're talking about, give you some history about Dr. Seuss. Now, Dr. Seuss is actually a synonym for Theodore Seuss Geisel. He was born March 2nd in 1904 in Springfield, Massachusetts. Obviously, he's an American writer and illustrator of immensely popular children's books, like the ones that I just noted, and several others. And he was noted for his nonsense words, playful rhymes, and unusual characters. Now, earlier in his career, he actually graduated from Dartmouth College. He had a bachelor's in 1925. And Geisel did postgraduate studies in Lincoln College, Oxford, and at the Sorbonne. He began working for Life, Vanity Fair, and other publications as an illustrator. And he also did advertising. He did illustrations for a number of campaigns. And, he really started writing a series of humorous books. Obviously, like I said, the children's books that I just listed. He also wrote an adult book. He only did one, though, and unfortunately didn't do well, so he said, scratch that. I'm just going to stick to children's books. So that's what he ended up doing. And now, when he wrote his first children's book, he actually approached 30 different publishers, and he was all turned down by all of them. Now, he actually had a friend that worked for a publisher, and that publisher actually gave him the opportunity. Now, the very first children's story that he actually wrote was And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street, which was actually written in 1937. They actually wrote the book in 1937. So he did that. And then after he did that, that's when he wrote his first adult book, which was called The Seven Lady Godivas in 1939. Now, like I said, that book didn't do well, so he scratched that and just stuck to children's books instead. Now, during World War II, Giesel actually focused his shift on politics, so he actually did political cartoons while the war was going on. And this was obviously, in the early 1940s. He worked for PM Magazine. It was located in New York City. He served from 1942 to 1946 in the U.S. Army, and where he was assigned to be the documentary division. So he would actually document what was going on with the war. And he wrote in Germany. Oh, let's see. He wrote Your Job in Germany. He wrote that. And let's see. He also wrote a remake of the Academy Award-winning Hitler Lives in 1945, but Giesel didn't have any credit to that one. But I actually won the Academy Award. So did that. And in 1947, Giesel returned to children's books, and that's when he wrote, The Cat in the Hat, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is a very popular book and has been remade movies like several times. I know my daughter loves the live version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I mean, we still watch it now. Obviously, it's past Christmas, but we still watch it. And that's definitely one of my favorite movies. I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan, so anything with Jim Carrey's definitely up my alley. So definitely enjoy that. So like I said, he did that. And it was later adopted, The Grinch Stole Christmas was later adapted in 1966 for television, and it became a holiday staple because obviously, like I said, pretty much everyone watches How the Grinch Stole Christmas, especially the cartoon version. Fun fact, the narrator of How the Grinch Stole Christmas cartoon version is actually James Earl Jones. So, that voice, you're a rotten Mr. Grinch. So that's James Earl Jones, and he actually does that voice there. And obviously, he also founded Beginner Books Incorporated, which in 1960 became a division of Random House. He wrote other, obviously, children's books: One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, Green Eggs and Ham. Love Green Eggs and Ham. Actually, my friend's wife, she does a daycare, and she was actually serving Green Eggs and Ham today. So, hey, B. Yes. So obviously, like I said, he went on to write several different children's books. We still read these children's books now. He won the Pulitzer Prize in 1984 for his special contribution to nearly half the century to the education and enjoyment of America's children and their parents. Interesting fact, though, Dr. Seuss actually didn't have any children. So his thing was like, hey, I don't have any children, but I entertain them. That's what he was known for. He had a great life. He enjoyed his life, but he just, he enjoyed giving back and seeing the kids' joy as they were reading the story. So that was his thing. He actually lived in La Jolla, and he lived there. And also, there's a library at the school in San Diego that's actually named after Dr. Seuss. So there's actually a library there, and we have that. And in 1940, so he lived there. Yeah. And he also conducted a children's workshop in La Jolla Museum of Art. So that's what he did up until he passed away in 1991. You can also find his papers that are housed in the University of San Diego. And like I said, the library is named after him. It's called the Giesel Library. And that was actually established in 1995. So yeah. So comment below. Let me know what your favorite Dr. Seuss book is. Because like I said, I would say definitely mine is Darth Grinch. Absolutely, right? Yes, because James Earl Jones was also Darth Vader. So absolutely, good catch on that, Wes. Absolutely, he did Darth Vader, and he was also Grinch. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, you said comment below. Let me know what your favorite Dr. Seuss book is, because I would definitely say mine. Definitely Green Eggs and Ham, but that was probably one of the earlier Dr. Seuss books I remember reading. Is definitely Green Eggs and Ham. Sam, I am. Do you want green eggs and ham? That's definitely one of my favorite books. And then obviously, as they walk in Mulberry Street, and then obviously the Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is definitely, one of my favorites. But yeah, just comment below and know what your favorites are. And if you guys, have time tomorrow, they're actually doing, like I said, these Reading Across America events that are going to be at Barnes & Noble. And I believe at different select, maybe some Targets may be participating, but a lot of it is at Barnes & Noble, so you can do that. Now, Reading Across America is actually, it's a celebration of Dr. Seuss, Thomas Kiesel's birthday, which is March 2nd. Now, a lot of schools actually participate in this whole week. So a lot of schools were actually reading Dr. Seuss books, from Monday up until Friday. And it's definitely, obviously, it's to make aware of the importance of reading. Obviously, I'm a huge reader. I love to read. I read whether I'm reading a book or listen to an audiobook or I'm reading to Savant or I'm reading to the family. Like when my friends in the car with me, sometimes I have my audiobook playing and she kind of gets annoyed, but it's like, really? But for me, I just love reading. I feel that it's definitely something that, we should continue to do on a regular basis. Definitely, I see the value in it, and it's definitely something that you can share. It works your brain. When you watch television, you don't really have to have imagination because you see everything there. But when you're actually taking the opportunity to read, your brain starts to work. Your brain starts to create the imagery. And not to mention, it's just a great opportunity to share, with your kids. And, obviously, if your kids can become, good readers at a young age, then when they grow up, it will be hard for them to get into reading. So, yeah. So I thought, just share some information about Dr. Seuss or Thomas Kiesel, whatever you like to call him. I felt that was important. And, let me know if you guys like my bow tie. It's Dr. Seuss themed, so let me know what you guys think. And yeah, if you guys have time this weekend, definitely I would recommend, checking out, one of those Reading Across America events. Like I said, they're doing them all at Barnes & Noble. So if you are close to a Barnes & Noble, you definitely check it out. Or like I said, just go on the website, enter in your location, and they'll all kind of show up. But they're all tomorrow at 11. It looks like the starting time is at 11. So let's see, maybe we can get down to one because, like I said, we have a good time. We like to read, and it's definitely something important. I definitely like to read, and that's definitely something I want to bestow on my kids. The importance of reading and comprehending and getting your mind thinking, not just so fixated on television and electronics and things like that. So, like I said, comment below. Let me know what comment here too on Instagram Live. Let me know what your favorite Dr. Seuss book is. So take the time this weekend. If you have the opportunity to go to one of these events tomorrow, it should be fun. There'll be a lot of reading Dr. Seuss. It'll be a great opportunity. So take the time to do that. I don't think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. I'm not sure. It was sprinkling a little bit when I was driving around looking at properties today. So it was sprinkling a little bit, but it looks like it has stopped. But hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any topics you want me to talk about, you can always feel free to message me, call me, text me, email me, whatever to reach me. As I said, thank you guys for all your comments, likes, and shares. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you have a great weekend. Hopefully you get to do something fun this weekend. And if you have time and you're available tomorrow at 11 o'clock, definitely check out the Read Across America event. It should be fun. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Have a great weekend, and signing out. All right, signing out on Facebook. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think of the bow tie. Bow tie Fridays. Every Friday, a different bow tie. Let me know. Comment. what your favorite Dr. Seuss book is. Have a great day.